What up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Cool from Colossal Boxing Talk, along with
Smooth Cat from Colossal Boxing Talk as well.
And we're here with former interim WBA junior welterweight champion Mauricio Herrera. How you doing today, champ?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
That's good to hear. So right off the bat, we all want to address the big issue from this past weekend. Was your fight against Jose Benavidez Jr., where, the world seen and saw that you were robbed in a fight that you clearly dominated. He had his moments, but you were definitely the victor in my eyes and a lot of more people around the sport of boxing's eyes. So what can you say about that loss? Or whatever you want to categorize it as?
Well, what else could I say? It just exposed another fighter, another fighter that he hyped up. Maybe there's another kid they wanted to probably make a star and use me to make him look good, which the wrong person for that, and I spoiled spoiled his night. He may have the belt, but he knows he's not the real champ, and you know what? This just motivates me just to keep exposing these guys.
That's a good mindset to have, because if it was me, I'd be highly upset and really frustrated with continuing to be robbed of victories by judges. So I give you props on having a good spirit about it and trying to find some positivity out of a negative situation. Smooth Cat.
Okay. First off, now I'll say this, Mauricio. We had a show where me, Big Cool, and the other guys in our group, where we basically were talking about this fight. And I kid you not, I called the fight to a T. And I said I believe that Mauricio Herrera, I believe he will win, and it will be clear that he won. But I don't think the judges are going to give him the decision. It's because he's becoming too dangerous to the big names at 140. Now, do you believe that you are becoming too much of a threat, and that's why they have to put losses on you to kind of push you away?
Oh, so it's your fault. No, you know what? That could be there. I mean, maybe they're trying to push me away. I think I'm spoiling these supposedly future stars, and they think they're gonna probably push me down. They see me and push me down, and they probably don't want it. They don't want to match me up with their guys. I guess they see me as a threat. I don't know. I think they're just trying to do that. They're trying to make me disappear. But if anything, it's just making me come back more hungrier and harder, and just to keep exposing them and the judges. I'm doing my thing, and I'm gonna continue to be the maestro, keep fighting, and do the best I can until these judges finally see it my way. Some of them side with the promoter. It's happened to me before a couple times. I mean, you can go back if you guys ever watched the Mike Alvarado fight. I mean, it was a close competitive fight, and the judges there didn't even gave me one round when I fought then. So I mean, I can go back to being robbed back to a Chondo and Showtime where we clearly won that fight. And so yeah, I just keep on. If anything, it's the opposite. It's motivating me to just keep coming back stronger, and harder, and do what I got to do. All I can do is fight. That's all I know how to do, and they're not gonna keep me down.
Okay. I definitely like your attitude and your approach about it. Because a lot of guys, they let those type of decisions, like, they let it demoralize them. I'm glad you're not letting it.
No. Believe me, it just pisses me off and get me angry. But same time, it's the only way to get back at him is just stay in the game. I mean, the kid Benavidez, did annoy me even after the fight. After the little after press conference I didn't go to, but I saw a video on him, kind of annoyed me, and he's talking like a chump. And same with Danny Garcia. All the same.
All right, Mauricio, someone tweeted out that Jose Benavidez Sr. Walked over to you. I don't know if it was right after the fight or in the backstage, and told you that you're the real winner, that his son didn't win. Could you confirm that, or did that happen, or that was just a rumor?
You know, he didn't exactly say that we're the winners, but you can, from what he said, you could tell he knew. He came and told us, my corner, that you know what, guys, he said, honestly, when I heard the scores, yeah, we thought Mauricio was going to get it. You know, we heard the scores and said, you know what, he was experienced one. He threw a lot of punches. He's a guy, he's going to win it. And then when they called my son's name, hey, man, we're going to be happy about it. So we're not the judges. So basically, just saying he don't care if it was corrupted or not. His boy got the decision, and they're all happy about it. But I wouldn't be happy with a win like that.
Definitely agree. Smooth Cat.
Okay. Now, I heard you mention Danny. Now, do you believe, like you say, I won't say all the reason for the robbery is because of him, but now with the Benavides, like I kind of feel that they failed to, if they put a loss on you, then you wouldn't be able to get back to Danny. Do you think it's like the powers that be trying to keep you away from Danny Garcia?
You know, it seems that way when I see all these signs, and I could look at it in that way too. You know, you can see them just pushing me away. You know, being that even that fight's not even put up on YouTube and keeps getting taken off. Yeah, there's like a lot of signs. It's just kind of like weird about what's going on. But I mean, even Golden Boy Oscar told me himself he's been trying to push Danny's dad. You know, even though he says Al Heyman's the one that they really gotta push, you know, to make that fight. So he's talking with Danny's dad. You know, then they can make the decision, you know, and push Al Heyman. But who knows if that'll ever happen? They have been talking Ruslan lately for HBO. I mean, they feel like they still want to throw some big names at me. But as far as Danny, who knows? I think I put a mark, you know, on Danny, and he didn't seem the same afterwards, so I'm glad that's taking place. And you know, I ain't gonna let these fighters go that easy. You know, I'm gonna keep pushing and keep talking about it, and so they don't feel comfortable. You know.
Right.
That's definitely a way to do it. You know, and we definitely gonna keep supporting you and you know, spreading your name and showing us, you know, sharing as much of your fights, your interviews, and letting everybody know that, you know, don't look at the losses on his record, because, you know, that record is deceiving. You know, that he's a true champion and a terrific fighter. Going into next year, one of your fans wanted, you know, myself to ask you, are you confident, you know, in going against these top guys that you can get a decision, or is it like your confidence a little bit, you know, taken down after, you know, being robbed, you know, twice this year?
No, not at all. You know, I mean, I can take it two ways. You know, sometimes if I overthink it and really think about it, you know, it can really get to me and piss me off. You know, and I have my days where I get a little down, you know, and pissed at, you know, what could have been, and you know, just everything. You know, having belts, even from Danny, you know, this could have been a great year for me. Started off fighting Danny, and then, you know, that didn't go my way. Went and fought for an interim title in the same year and won that from Johan, who we only had one loss. You know, undefeated Danny, Johan, who was like 20-some and won, and then Benavides, who was 20-0, 22-0, whatever. And I thought they could probably say they're almost all undefeated, and did my thing this year. So if I think about it too much, that didn't go the way it should have, it can get to me. But you know what? At the same time, I flip it around and just think, you know what? No, I'm going to just come even harder. You know, 2015, I'm going to train my ass off, get stronger, smarter. And I know there'll be a fight out there that I think I'm going to have my moment in 2015. You know, all this stuff that's been not going my way. I know there's going to be a fight out there that's really going to make me shine. And that's what I'm shooting for.
I think you shine, you know, in your fights this year anyway, but I understand what you're saying as far as getting over the hump and winning the title. But I definitely think you shine in all three of your fights, and you've shown to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come. So
thank you.
You know, no problem. You're welcome. You know, and we expect big things for you, and we hope that you finally start to get your just due from the judges next year. Smooth Cat.
Okay, now I'm gonna throw one guy you fought before, and I'm gonna throw a guy you haven't fought. These are two fights I would like to see you in. I would like to see you in a rematch with Kareem Mayfield, because I mean, as many times as I watched that fight, I still don't think he actually won that fight. I think it was a fight that I think you edged him in a close fight.
Yeah, exactly.
And the other guy is, would you be interested in fighting Hank Lundy?
Yeah, Hank Lundy. I like Hank Lundy. You know, like his style. He's exciting to watch. I liked him. I watched the fight with Delorme. You know, he did a good job. And yeah, that'll be. You know what? If I fought Ruslan Bravagno, I think is the most dangerous one out there. I fight anybody. You know, Hank Lundy, whoever. I think. At this point, all I want to do is just give the people a great show. You know, they've been supporting me since Danny. You know, they had my back, and that's on my mind. It's all about the people, all about the fans. I don't even care about the judges anymore. I just want to keep proving myself and let the fans enjoy my fights. And the Mayfield, you know what, the Mayfield fight, yeah, you know what, if you look at my career, all of my fights, the losses that I have are debatable. I felt we did win the Mayfield fight as well. It was a very close fight. You know, even the Michael Rado was close. If you really pay attention to it, he did miss a lot of those punches. He did have the most effective shots. But I was on his ass every round. It's just like he was to the last final bell. And you can see the scorecards. It wasn't going to even go my way at all, anyways.
True. Hey, I agree, because I remember watching the fight, and I heard Teddy score. And when I heard the official score, I'm like, wait, what? Oh Lord, here we go again.
Yeah, no, I mean, so there's a story in my life, I say, you know, but you know what? I don't even want to think that far back. You know, because I had my days where I get a little down and a little depressed about it. But it was frustrating coming up, you know, before I was a Golden Boy. And, you know, now that I'm a Golden Boy, you know, it shows that it can still happen. But, like I said, I'm just going to stay positive about it and just keep doing my thing. And I know that the real boxing fans are watching, and they were the only ones that know. Maybe not in the history books on paper yet, but they're the ones that know who the true champ is.
I definitely agree.
Hey, like I say, hey, I definitely love your optimism. You're very optimistic. I like that in the fight. I really do.
Thank you.
I don't want to continue to beat a dead horse, but have you ever, watched your fights and see and put yourself in the mind state of a judge and try to potentially see what they go through trying to judge a fight and see where maybe they can, maybe they can score, for your opponents, or you just, just leave it in the past, after you watch it a couple of times and don't put yourself in that mind state to see what they're looking for in terms of how to score the fight.
Yeah, it's I don't want to fight the way the judge wants me to fight. If he's just looking for or get his mind on what the promoter wants or what people go for, which is big power punches, knockout punches. Not every fighter is born with a knockout punch, and you go down like Whitaker. He never had power, and he would make these guys he fought look easy. And he was robbed a couple times himself. I guess it happens in the sport. I can only do so much, But you know what? If I have to work on my power, I will keep working on my power and speed and defense. It'll only do better for me. So, but for me, I don't even care what the judges think anymore. I'm gonna do my fight and let the people judge for themselves.
Okay, I respect that. You can't really, after it happens a couple times, I guess you just have to let it be what it's gonna be and fight your fight like you said, and that's the approach it should be. After a while, it becomes repetitive. Smooth Cat.
Okay, now Mauricio, I know you can't get in there at 140, but have you had any thoughts about potentially moving up in weight to try to see if you can for like better, more favorable matchups for you?
Yeah, I thought about 147. And I'm open to it. I feel that the style of the fight that I have is works out well with aggressive guys, guys who are there to fight. And dangerous guys. I think that brings the best out of me. I don't want to go backwards. I kind of still want to go up and fight the bigger and big names up there, the competitive fights, because I think those are the only fights that would do good for me, that would bring the best out of me. I tend to really get motivated enough for those type of fights to prove everybody wrong, and it really does bring out a lot of my skills when I do fight somebody that's real dangerous. And 47 has a lot of them, So I'm excited. I'm excited that one day I will move to 147 and see what these guys are really all about. The Keith Thurmans and all those big tough guys up there. I would love a shot at all of them. And watching them on TV, yeah, they're looking good. And I think them fighting me will be a different story. I think I'd give a lot of them, a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Well, that's definitely.
Hey, like I said, I'm definitely excited at the thought of you going to 147. I honestly think you can go up there and I think you can make some noise at 147. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah, a lot of them are moving. I came from 140 and they're going to 147. So I mean, they can do it. I can do it.
I definitely agree. In your current division, I would really like to see you and Lucas Matthysse, fight. I think that y'all styles would mesh. You for a guy that's not considered a big puncher, you can fight, on the inside pretty well, and that's where he likes to, fight.
Yeah.
And I see those, your style and his style meshing pretty well and producing a action fight. Is that something you would like to, see materialize? Because y'all both are promoted by Golden Boy.
Yeah, they've been asking. I've been getting some interviews, and they ask me who, and I always mention Lucas Matthysse. I feel the same way. The way his style is, and he's a dangerous puncher. I feel will be a great fight. I would love to fight Lucas Matthysse. Matthysse, I see the style matchup will be nice. I sparred him before, and it was a good sparring match. I felt real confident. So I had a little piece of what he's like, and I sense that it will be a great match. I just hope they will make that fight. I would keep saying I would love to fight him. I tell Golden Boy all the time. I tell them I love Matthysse. But a lot of stuff comes up all the time. He asks for a lot of money, or he's too expensive, and whatever the case may be. But I think I'm getting there to that point where I think I'm getting a name for myself, and maybe he'll take a chance and will want to fight me.
I definitely would love to see that. Like you said, you and him are both promoted by Golden Boy, and Golden Boy has too much talent in the junior welterweight and welterweight division to not get you a top quality fight. I understand you fought Garcia. In my opinion, you won that fight. You won your fight against Perez, and you won your fight against Benavidez Jr. So I think they should start treating you like, you should be treated as the winner. Doesn't matter if they're, Danny Garcia is the champion still. I think you should, get your rematch with him, or you should be able to pick and choose who you would like to fight. You know what I'm saying? At this stage of your career, you've proven yourself against some tough, elite, fighters, and I think you should be able to pick and choose a little bit of who you should fight.
Well, that's true, and I think that's exactly what I'll be talking to them about. You just took the words out of my mouth, so I'm going to use that and set it up just like that, just the way you said it, and talk to them like that way.
Hopefully they listen and be receptive. What'd you say?
Thank you for that. I'm going to use that one.
Oh, no problem. Anytime. Smooth cat.
Okay, now, Mauricio, out of your career, what do you feel is your best overall performance, and what do you feel is your worst performance in your career?
Probably the best performance, there's a lot of them. I would have to say it was a tough battle, but it was, the Ruslan fight, wasn't for a world title like Danny's. Danny's was nice too, but Ruslan was my biggest, toughest fight, you know, and just because I feel he's one of the dangerous ones out there, I go with Ruslan. I feel that was one of my best fights, and it was my toughest fight. The worst fight I've had probably was Kareem Mayfield. You know, the style was just really ugly. You know, it didn't match well, but I still thought we edged them out. But I think that was probably my worst performance.
Okay. They're cool.
Okay. I wanted to know if you could fight anybody in history. I don't know if I asked you this the last time we interviewed, but if you could have fought anybody in history from, I guess, 140 to 147 or whatever weight class, who would it be and why?
Yeah, that's tough. I like, you know, the guys that I would fight are the ones that I look up to, so it's gonna be tough. I would love. Want to say Cesar Chavez. He was one of the best ones. You know what? Even Costa Zoo, both of them.
Great
I love
fights.
those fights. But I love both those fighters. That's the only reason why.
Those would have been great fights because you definitely can box and you're tough. You got, you know, one of the things that don't get said enough about you, or like, you have a tremendous chin. You know, you have a tremendous chin, and you know
thank you.
You're tough.
Yeah. By the way, Benitez, that or you guys don't have no punches because Benitez, they have no pop, or he didn't have no pop at least. They moved me back at times, but none of them are really easy shots. I haven't really been dazed, to tell you the truth, in my career. The hardest puncher is Ruslan, of course, the one that I fought, just because they're literally, just because of their sting. But other than that, you know, I think I proved that I have a pretty good chin, and I think that's my style, and my chin is what I think gives the fighters problems.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, you got skill, the chin, and the toughness, and that's a nightmare for anybody, as you've proven throughout your career. Smooth Cat, you got any last question before we wrap it up?
Okay. Also, now to kind of what fighter did you? I mean, is it a certain fighter that you mirror your style after? I mean, or do you take some things from like all of your favorite fighters?
I know there's a lot of them. Like, you know, Roy Jones called it good. You know, I was trying to do a Mike Tyson, you know, bob and weave slips. I love a lot of Mike Tyson videos I watch. Cesar Chavez. I like Benitez, you know, fighting off the ropes. James Toney, I always watch those fights. Nicolino Loche. There's a lot of defensive and technical fighters I like watching. Napolis, Larry Holmes. I watch all of them over and over. You know, there's Hopkins also. I used to watch back in the day. You know, I love watching the old school fights. I learn a lot from them. One of the main guys I love watching, only because I feel he has a little bit of everything, is James Lights Out Tony.
Yeah, he definitely a great fighter. If I could say, you kind of, not to compare you two guys, you know, he's much bigger than you, but you kind of, sometimes thinking about it, you kind of put me in the mind of Andre Ward a little bit, just on how you're not the biggest puncher, but, you know, y'all both like to, you know, get your guy, fight on the inside and press your opponent against the ropes and kind of make it a rugged, you know, tough fight. So it kind of put me in the mold of him a little bit. Not too much, but just a little bit on how y'all styles are.
Yeah, I've watched him. Also, another fighter I like is, what's the name? He became the trainer of Gotti.
You talking about, what's his name? Smooth Cat? It's on the tip of my tongue. The trainer. Man, he was a fighter. His son, I think son fights.
The former 135 pounder.
Buddy McGirt. Buddy McGirt.
I can't say his name.
Yeah, Buddy McGirt. Watch his fights, man. I love the way they fights. You know, somebody told me that I kind of have some similar style, and I went back and I just started watching him. You know, and fell in love with him too.
Well,
there's a lot of guys I watch over and over. Cesar Chavez is one of them too. You know, that over and over. But you know, lately it's just been the last couple of years. It's just been James Toney. You know.
Well, it's definitely great to hear that you're still a student of the game and you're still looking and studying fighters throughout history, trying to improve and add little subtle things to your game. And like I said, we look forward to you doing big things, continuing on to the success into 2015, and hopefully we get a Lucas Matthysse, Mauricio Herrera fight. And like we're gonna continue to support you.
All right.
Anything we can do to support you and help keep your name out there, we will, and we thank you for giving us another interview, and it's an honor, and we appreciate it.
No problem, man. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. You guys are doing what you're doing, bringing the fighters' names out there, and anytime you want me back, I'll be right here.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Well, you have a good day.
Hey, like I say, thank you again for bringing the interview. Hey, have a great remainder of the day.
All right, man. Thank you a lot, and you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Merry Christmas as well.
All right.
And there it is, YouTube. We just wrapped up the interview with former WBA interim junior welterweight champion Mauricio Herrera. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, go over to Facebook and like our Facebook page, Colossal Boxing Talk. Follow us on Twitter at Colossal CBT. Also on Instagram at Colossal CBT. We appreciate the support that you guys have shown us throughout our journey on YouTube, and we look forward to doing big things, to continue to do big things, and bring bigger and better interviews, and hopefully we branch out to these fights next year and give you more up close and personal footage. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.